I've been doing a little bit of research into monks, first of all. I want to share the top 3 facts I've managed to research about monks. You can see pretty clearly they're all leading to one fairly sinister conclusion, and that is the fact that monks are dangerous. People are like, Matt, how are monks dangerous? They sit about in their robes, getting involved in religious discussion all the time. How dangerous can they be? There's a monk with a massive stick about to smash somebody's face in. That's how dangerous they can be. What you'll notice and particularly impressive about that monk is that he's not just wrecking somebody's face, he's also wearing a pair of Nike trainers while he does it. He's interested in fashion as well as function. But the world's most dangerous monks don't come from the wherever he's from in China. They come from a small place in the southwest called Buckfast Abbey in Devon. And you're thinking, can you possibly measure the relative danger of monks? Is it possible to? Is there a measure of monk danger? Really? Yes, there you go. It's perfectly obvious from that Buckfast Abbey monks are 700% more dangerous than Shaolin monks. 135 units of danger compared to 17 on the average monk. So you're thinking, what is it that makes the Buckfast Abbey monks so dangerous? What could it be? Well, there you go. There's your answer. Buckfast tonic wine, 700 millilitres, 15% alcohol by volume, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the root of the problem here. We are at the root of the problem. And so, we've had a bit of pure maths, now we're going to get proper maths, ladies and gentlemen. If we're going to discuss Buckfast, we need to know about triangles. Buckfast and triangles. What is the link there? Oh, he's got it. He's got it in one, ladies and gentlemen. A special place in the west of Scotland, just outside Glasgow. It's called the Buckfast Triangle. You'll notice in this next diagram, it includes such hotspots as Coatbridge, Wishaw, Bellshill, and Motherwell Hamilton. Notably absent are Gowk, Thrapple, and Bonkle. They're not part of the Buckfast Triangle, in case you're wondering. Why is the Buckfast Triangle called the Buckfast Triangle? I'll tell you why. 70% of all global sales of Buckfast take place within the Buckfast Triangle. True story. It contains an average bottle of 700ml bottle of Buckfast contains as much caffeine as 8 cans of Coke. 15% ABV, loaded with caffeine. Party in my mouth, everyone's invited. I'd like to take this opportunity, as they do on the label of Buckfast tonic wine, to point out the fact that tonic wine does not imply any health-giving or medicinal properties, just in case you were thinking it could perhaps cure your gout or lumbago. Unlikely. So it's not always possible to identify Buckfast by its branded title. It's also known as Wreck the Hoose Juice, the Commotion Lotion, Bellshill Champagne, Buckschwing, Tonic, Stingy Pish, Coatbridge Table Wine, or to myself and my friends, we call it the Tang. It's a special beverage for special people. Primetime crime time. Here's some stats for you. 5,500 plus crime reports in 2006-2009 in the Strathclyde area specifically mentioned Buckfast by name in the crime report. 10% of those were violent crimes. 114 of those crimes, there was people actually getting hit with a bottle. So the BBC went to Polmont Young Offenders Institute, spoke to 172 offenders, 117 were wrecked when they did their crime, 43% of them were wrecked on Buckfast. And so the BBC did some quality journalism. They asked them the most leading question of all time. They said, was it Buckfast that was responsible for your crime? And of course, all these fine young people said, yes, it was, absolutely. I was sitting with my nan playing chess, and then I had a swig of the Tang, and the next thing you know, I was stabbing somebody in the face outside my house. But what do the monks think? Well, I'll tell you what the monks think. They think that it's largely responsibly and legally enjoyed by the people who buy it. There's areas of economic deprivation in the Buckfast Triangle that have been there long before the booze has, and less than 0.6% of all sales of alcohol in that area are Buckfast. What they don't say, that's not how monks speak. £31 million they made off Buckfast last year. So let's not necessarily take their view as read. Now, there's a lot of facts there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a man who deals solely in facts, you'll probably have noticed, and it gives the impression, certain luminaries, including members of the Scottish Parliament and my mum, think that it's basically just drunk by the scum of the earth. And that's absolutely not the case. I'd like to point out 3 words that I would use to describe the reality of drinking Buckfast. It's sophisticated, it's intoxicating, and you better believe it's pleasant, ladies and gentlemen. It's the fruity goodness of the Buckfast that keeps me going back time after time. So it's important that we get past the stigma that's attached to it, and we look at the fact that I'm a right upstanding member of society. I've never disgraced myself in public drinking Buckfast, not at any stage. But sadly, like all things, it has a lifespan, and when it returns to the end of its life, like many of nature's great creations, it goes back to the place at which is most comfortable, ladies and gentlemen. The Buckfast bottle in the gutter, ladies and gentlemen. And they did a little survey in a housing estate in the west of Scotland, and they found that 35% of all the litter on the housing estate was Buckfast bottles. Good times, and the west of Scotland. But ladies and gentlemen, I think you can, as I said, I deal only in facts. I've shared some fairly solid evidence with you. Monks are dangerous. Asking criminals who drink Buckfast if it was the Buckfast that made them take them on to crimes is rubbish journalism. And ladies and gentlemen, without question, Buckfast is absolutely tremendous. Please enjoy your alcohol responsibly.